Eylul's car is doing over 120 and it's heading straight for Atish. Is she really about to crash into her own brother? Today's episode is so intense, you'll be holding your breath the entire time. Let's break down the most emotional, highest tension episode of Arafta yet, only on Anatolia Drama Files. Hey everyone, welcome back to Anatolia Drama Files. If you're obsessed with Arafta like I am, hit that subscribe button right now, because today we're diving into one of the most emotional and high-stakes episodes of the season. Let's get into it. The episode opens at the police station, where a tearful Marjaan is begging Atish to get Eylul out of there, but Atish flatly refuses. He tells her, "These two just create problems. Let them handle it themselves." The officer says both women will be free the moment they sign their statements. Once they're outside, Eylul's anger finally erupts. She tells Marjaan point blank to leave her alone and stop following her everywhere. Her pain is obvious. She never went to jail when she lived in a shack, but now that she's living in a mansion, she ends up behind bars. Marjaan keeps insisting they can rebuild their childhood friendship, but Eylul isn't having it. Here's the interesting part though. Somewhere deep down, Eylul still has a soft spot for Marjaan because Marjaan once put her own life on the line to save her. Back at the mansion, Saliha corners Muzaiyan with a threat disguised as an offer. "Join me, or I might just let your secret slip." Muzaiyan is visibly terrified. Meanwhile, Atish gets home and unloads on both of them, warning Eylul she's not leaving the house again without telling him. A tense Eylul snaps back. "This isn't even my house," and Marjaan immediately fires back. "Yes, it is. It's mine too." The whole room fills with tension. There's also a sweet little side story brewing. Chichik is upset because Malik has been acting distantly lately. Meanwhile, Burak accidentally falls into the pool and can't swim. Chichik, who also can't swim herself, doesn't think twice and jumps straight in to save him. Burak looks at her afterward with pure admiration in his eyes. Could this be the start of a new love story between Chichik and Burak? At the office, Jamal is deep into an investigation, and Demet offers to help, but Jamal insists on working alone, and the coldness between them keeps growing. Back at the mansion, Atish lashes out at Marjaan again, calling her a magnet for trouble. Marjaan says even going to jail was worth it because it got her a little closer to Eylul. Here's where it gets really emotional. Eylul secretly overhears part of Atish and Marjaan's conversation, catching him say, "Why did you go save Eylul? You could have gotten hurt." But she only hears that part. She misses the rest, where Atish also admits what he would have done if something had happened to Eylul. There's a fun husband and wife moment too. Marjaan locks Atish on the balcony to vent her frustration. Atish pretends he's about to jump, Marjaan panics and flings the door open, and he pulls her into a hug. She furiously throws his clothes out of the closet, but by the end, he's promised to take her out to dinner. On the other side, Hazar finds out Marjaan and Eylul were arrested and sends his man to Atish's office to pull the documents. Saliha manipulates Eylul, convincing her that Marjaan actually wants her kicked out of the mansion. Eylul calls Hazar, and he laughs, saying he knew she'd end up in jail because she's just as much of a trouble magnet as he is. There's clearly some strange connection building between the two of them. Atish calls Jamal to say he won't be coming into the office because things are tense at home. Jamal just laughs it off. Meanwhile, Demet tells Jamal she can't get over Hazar, and Jamal reminds her, can she even say the same about him getting over Asli? They storm off from each other, both angry. Marjaan brings Eylul a new pair of pants since she'd accidentally torn hers earlier. Eylul refuses at first, then finally accepts, a small softening moment between them. That evening, everyone's getting ready for dinner when the door suddenly swings open and Hazar is standing there, completely uninvited. Atish is furious, but Eylul says, "I invited him. This is my house too." The entire dinner is dripping with tension. Hazar deliberately provokes Atish the whole time, and Eylul secretly enjoys watching it unfold. On the stairs, Hazar taunts Muzaiyan, while Saliha once again tries to pull her over to her side. At the end of dinner, Hazar invites everyone to have the next dinner at his place. Atish flatly refuses. Hazar taunts that he'll just have a private dinner with Eylul instead. After Hazar leaves, Atish warns Eylul to stay away from him. This is where Eylul's most emotional line of the episode lands. She reminds Atish that he married the daughter of the very man who destroyed her life. Atish says, "We were childhood friends, remember?" Eylul replies, "All I remember is being alone on cold, dark nights, and you were gone." Hurt and furious, Atish storms off into the garden, and Marjaan follows to comfort him. That night, the two of them talk. Marjaan asks about his parents, then gets startled by a spider and jumps.
The next day, Atish and Marjaan wander through a neighborhood that reminds him of the one he grew up in. They join some kids playing football, and Marjaan even wins a little keepy-uppy contest, a light, adorable moment between them. Meanwhile, Malik calls Chichik and tells her he has no idea when he's coming back to Istanbul. Chichik is heartbroken, realizing he might never return. At the office, Atish gives Eylul chestnuts, and she asks him, "Did my mother actually love me?" Atish confirmed her parents loved her deeply and that they were a happy family, but Eylul has no memory of it, only remembering growing up completely alone. Marjaan, standing just behind the door, overhears every word. Hazar shows up at Atish's office to openly oppose his business moves. Atish makes it clear he'll keep pushing until Hazar backs down. The cracks in Demet and Jamal's relationship deepen too. Demet says it might be better if they just end things. And then comes the biggest twist of the episode. Eylul starts planning to secretly meet Hazar over the phone. Atish flatly refuses to allow it, but Eylul bolts out anyway. Marjaan grabs the car keys and jumps in after her, and Atish speeds off chasing them both. On the road, Eylul keeps pushing the speed higher while Marjaan begs her to stop, saying if this started with the two of us, it should end with the two of us too. Behind them, Atish is screaming, desperately pleading for them to stop, but Eylul only speeds up more. Finally, Atish makes a drastic move. He swerved his car ahead and blocks the road, forcing Eylul to either brake or crash straight into him. Eylul sees him standing right there in front of her car, and instead of slowing down, she presses harder on the gas. Honestly, I think this might be one of the most intense episodes of Arafta so far. Eylul's character has become so layered. You can feel her pain, her anger, all of it. But watching her self-destruct like this is genuinely heartbreaking. Marjaan's character is growing too. She's not just the jealous wife anymore. She truly cares about Eylul now. And Hazar's manipulation game is honestly impressive to watch unfold. So tell me, do you think Eylul actually crashes into Atish's car? Do Marjaan and Atish both make it out alive? Or was this whole thing just Eylul's way of letting out her anger? Drop your predictions in the comments. I want to know what happens next. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss a new episode review. In the next video, we're diving into the connection between Eylul and Hazar. Is he really trying to help her, or is he hiding something much bigger? See you in the next one.